What's going on, everybody? This is Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know. And guys, happy Sunday to you all. We are back with a very special episode of looking back at old and brand new WWE on DVDs. I guess now we can just call them old. Guys, guess what, guys? If you haven't heard, it's been on for 5 months now. WWE brand new DVDs are dead, died. Just like Bray Wyatt passed away, and like a bunch of other people. WWE DVDs have passed away, folks. But we pray that the Legends DVDs come back. But we're not here to talk about this. But we are here to talk about one thing. Actually, two things. Because I just found out about 15 minutes ago, a guy who uploaded 4 years ago on YouTube has officially can announce has 600 subscribers. Are you serious? I have 600 subscribers? Where? I don't see anyone who deserves 600 subs. Oh wait, I do. Me.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, man. And it's all because of you guys, all 600 of you. Even though I know like 1,000 people are watching me a day, but no, I'm just joking. But we are here to talk about one thing: a documentary that is not WWE based. What did he just say? Yeah, you heard me right. Actually, there's two. There's two that have not been well, discounting the Legends episodes, let's say. There's two. There's Andre the Giant, even bigger than you imagined. It's a 1-disc set, and it came with insert. Wait, this isn't it. Even though it is it, but no. This is not what we're talking about today. Mark, would you like to show them what?
Right there. The 30 for 30 ESPN Ric Flair. It's on Netflix too if you guys don't have the DVD. And it's an hour and 17-minute runtime. It's a great documentary.
And you just showed me what was in yours on DVD. Sadly, it is not an insert.
That's what it is.
You have is that an autograph?
I have a bunch of these. It's like got like stickers. I have a bunch of these. So I just put it in the DVD. So I have a whole bunch of these. But it's a nice little autograph sticker.
Oh, cool. I actually do have his autograph.
Nice.
Actually, but not on a card, on this big plastic thing of cardboard. But yes, we are talking about the Nature Boy, 30 for 30 on ESPN. It's an hour and 17 minutes, like you said, and this is broken up into 2 parts. And so ESPN Films, I gave my entire life to the wrestling business, and I paid the ultimate price. Nature Boy bears the soul of someone whom millions of fans think they know. Propelled by 2 rousing set, brutally honest interviews with the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Conducted 16 months apart, the film tracks his epic career from the creation of his blonde character throughout the glory days of NWA and the Four Horsemen to the poignant last years in the ring. And no, not from 2008. They actually talk about his terrible TNA run with Mick Foley and all that crap. Serving as witnesses are who of wrestling: Triple H, The Undertaker, Barbie Doll, Shawn Michaels, Jim Ross, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Sting, and Hulk Hogan. It was Ric Flair who popularized the boast. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And in this film, for an hour and 17 minutes, you get to get in-depth interviews. Guys, if you don't have this documentary, then you don't get to meet the man behind the $16,000 robes, the $23,000 alligator shoes, and the $95,000 homes, and the 5 wives that this man has. He's really styling and profiling. He's a wheeling dealing son of a gun.
And well, like he said to Tony Schiavone, his shoes cost more than his house. Come on.
But yes, this documentary is fantastic. I for not being a WWE based product, and this came out in 2017, and I can say this, and because it's not one of the Legends episodes, I think this is the best documentary for a wrestler that I've ever seen.
Yes, and there is some stuff that you'll find on here that's on the definitive collection and on the white 3-disc set of the Ultimate Collection. So there is stuff you have heard before.
Yes. Yeah. And this was based in 2 parts because during filming, if you guys have the DVD and you have the interview extras, there is a director's cut. Part 1 and part 2. Ric Flair suffered a heart attack during this film. So, yeah, why don't we shut up and actually talk about the film? Okay, so Mark, where does it start off? With his, I think his like crappy parents that didn't give a crap
he was
about
adopted. He was adopted by his. Actually, he was adopted, and his parents couldn't really control him and stuff. And he found wrestling to basically get his life straight.
Just think, you guys have parents that don't care about you? No. Well, this man did.
And I think he said his parents that adopted him had like, well off money, were pretty good in money, like they were rich. So
Yeah.
I think they were a doctor or a surgeon or something like that.
Doctor and a lawyer?
Yeah.
He said?
Yeah.
All right. So he fails at school. Yeah. He's not really educated on a thing. And then it goes in that he wanted to buy beer. At 16, he had a false ID, blah, 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 blah. He gets landed in jail on Father's Day, and that disowns him for good. He packs up his stuff. He talks to Ricky Steamboat, actually.
Who hasn't aged a bit, still looks the damn same, holy crap.
Yeah. And now he's in a wrestling, well, I really wouldn't call it a wrestling school. I mean that's what it is today, but like
Vern Gagne's wrestling camp, brutal camp. The Sheik was there, Steamboat was there, Slaughter went through there. The Vern Gagne camp was brutal, and he almost quit. And Vern saw something in him; he did not want to quit. So.
And he actually slapped him down, like.
Yeah.
And like.
Oh my God.
This man would let these like kids or like. Maybe like 20 years old, like adults, carry like 300 pounds on their back.
Yeah.
up and down. Like, guys, I I I actually tried to real wrestle, and I couldn't last 3 days. So I I don't know the pain. I don't know the pain, but I know the charisma of it. But no, but and then he talks about the 1972 plane crash or somewhere in that
Yeah,
that
I
he
think
was
1975. I think it was.
that he wasn't supposed to survive. That now what I call myself as a miracle kid because I wasn't supposed to talk or walk.
If he
Uh,
hadn't switched seats with the person that was in the co-pilot seat, he would have died. He ended up switching seats on that flight, and that's why he survived.
I'm not like the nature boy Ric Flair at all, but I am legit a miracle child. I couldn't walk and I couldn't talk, but now I'm spewing knowledge that no one knew about on YouTube for 4 years. So he wanted to become a bad guy. Oh, you thought this was an original idea, guys? No, no. Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, blonde hair, the world title. He was working on a treadmill at the time, and you see it in this doc. There's a light bulb that goes off, and I want to be like Buddy Rogers.
Even used the Buddy Rogers figure four leg lock too.
Man, he's a he's a stealer out of every one of them.
And
But
if you have the white set of Ric Flair, the Ultimate Collection, you see him in Madison Square Garden, and Flair's almost 300 pounds. He had to lose weight to go into wrestling. He was almost 300 pounds at that time. He's taking on like Pete Sanchez, some jobber or something, but he wins the match. And Flair is pretty like big at that time. But yeah,
yeah, so then comes a Nature Boy, and it's kind of like the Miz documentary that I just saw on A&E about like on like 17 minutes ago, and all time great. I think it's the best documentary A&E ever put on for that Legend set.
nice.
Um, yeah, you should definitely go watch it if you haven't, Mark.
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah, so like he's like wrestling in like these venue halls in front of like 5 people as like so will Ric Flair ever become a world champion at this time? No, I don't think so. And he didn't either. But now he's wrestling people like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat on national TV. It's WrestleMania like 3 or something, and it's like, oh, oh, cool. So now it's like 1982 or 1992. I'm sorry, the Royal Rumble,
he wins the Rumble, comes in at number 3. The last eliminating Sid Justice, wins the Rumble, wrestles over an hour, and becomes WWF champion.
and and then he said, "This is the greatest moment of my life.
With a tear in my eye.
Nothing can stop it." So you're saying this was the greatest moment of your life besides your kids being born? No.
No.
No. Winning the world title is the greatest moment of my entire life, just not my career.
He did say he was not there as a father with his first wife. He was not there for Megan and David, but he was there for Charlotte and Reed. But he wasn't able to be there for his first kids.
With a tear in my eye, I can finally win the world title.
Don't know why they never did Ric Flair versus Hogan in WWF. Come on, man, they had the opportunity.
Oh yeah, WrestleMania 5.
No, WrestleMania 8 it would have been. It
oh,
ended up being Savage and Flair and Sid and Hogan, but they had a chance to do Hogan and Flair. and they never did because it didn't draw on the house shows. I have some house show matches with Flair and Hogan, and the crowd looks pretty full to me. But Vince didn't like the idea, I guess.
But you have it in WCW.
Bash at the Beach 94. Yes.
The dying company of 01. So then, 1992 comes and goes. WrestleMania 8 comes and goes. So I mean, and then like towards the end of the documentary, which I don't want to talk about yet, but it kind of needs to come up. It talks about his drinking a lot.
Yes, he used to order, like, I think he said, trays of kamikazes. Not drink all of them himself, but order a crap ton of booze and drink it. Oh, yeah.
And Jim Ross is sitting right there, and he says, "Dude, what is wrong with you? Can we go to a bar and sit down and have an actual conversation without you partering and then taking your robe off and showing
Yep.
to Sting, nonetheless?" But it's my favorite conversation in the documentary because it's so over the top, stupid, but funny.
The Dark Side of the Ring episode on the plane ride from hell, like, Flair was, they mentioned him doing that on the plane. Like, yeah.
It's right there, folks.
Yep.
It's on the back.
Yeah.
So you can take this as you want it. I think this is a sad story, but also kind of funny.
Very entertaining.
I'm not sure if you're going to take it.
Yeah. And very sad at some points, and amazing that that guy is still alive to this day. That is amazing from the stuff he has done.
Yeah. So there's a part in the documentary where he talks about his drinking habits. And he goes to this physician, this psych therapist, and I don't know why I'm laughing because it's not funny. It's not, but he goes to the physicianist, and the guy asked him, so how many days do you drink, and what do you drink? I drink 5 mixed drinks and 5 kamikazes and 5 alcoholic beverages. I I I don't know what he said.
No, I
But
forgot.
yeah, so I go to the so I get on the flight. I drink vodka. I go to the hotel. I drink beer, and then I drink beer on the way back. And the guy, you drink that much for 365 days a year. I mean, how many years have you been doing this? See, it's 82. I started in like 62 or whatever he said. Yeah, it's about 20 years. And then he says, I get up and like that's impossible. Oh yeah, what? Oh yeah, why don't you try it? I think that's just the part of Flair's fame that he likes to joke about, but uh, but there really wasn't any joking in this.
They eventually told him that if he didn't stop drinking, it wasn't good for his heart, that he would ultimately die. So he quit. He quit drinking.
I don't think he's ever going to, but then like he gets like into like they talk about his Dusty feud.
Yeah, great feud, great matches, great feud.
And he talks about, I think, like on a show or something. It wasn't really a promo. But he says, yeah, I got all these pretty ladies wanting me to take them on my private jet into my limo, and I have $95,000 alligator shoes. It can pay for 6 mortgages on my house. And he talks about how much he spent on each robe that he wore. $80,000 a robe. First of all, I know that you're getting paid real paychecks. I know that every WWE superstar is getting real paychecks. But where are you? I believe Ric Flair was at the time when he was becoming this character. He was not worth $80,000.
Nobody was making a very good chunk of change, especially back then in that time's money. I bet he was making 6 figures easy, but he was spending so much on drinking and limousines and his lifestyle that's why he ended up going to TNA, because he was broke.
How in the who are paying for your robes, Flair? Stop. And then we talk about and I thought this day, March 29th, 2013, was the day of WrestleMania. I looked it up on like Friday night, and it was April 7th, 2013. But a few days before that, Reed Flair passes away. And they talk about it a lot. Like, oh, yeah, did you see my son and my friends backstage and like my friends in the backyard? A 16-year-old drinking, doesn't even have a license, doesn't even have it's not even a drinking age.
And he supposedly died of drugs. And at that age, wow. And no father should ever have to bury his son. Just holy crap.
Oh, you mean this guy being a father? No.
No,
He talks about him being my best friend.
because he didn't spend much time with him and stuff, yes. And Charlotte Flair basically dedicated her career, actually, for her real name,
Yeah.
dedicated her career to Reed Flair, obviously.
I think she wanted to be like a lawyer or a doctor. Like imagine Charlotte Flair without Reed passing away.
Yeah.
And she even says that I wouldn't be where I would be like right now if Reed wouldn't pass away. And that's like really troubling, like for them to film that. Like, like I'm saying, like it's a bad thing though, but like, yeah, like, and they said like for the reason that he died, Ric Flair drank himself to death for 3 years, 7 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Because he couldn't cope with the loss of his son. Yes, that's why he drank it to mask the pain away.
But Triple H really like saved his life, I believe, in the long term, because I don't know why I'm laughing again, but the producers say a lot of things in this, like, how are you still alive after the crap you've done to yourself? I ask that question to myself every day, guys. I have no idea why I'm alive. I've had like 2 surgeries over the past 2 years of this being filmed, and they get and the doctors gave him like a 2% chance of living, first of all, and Ric Flair walks out there without a scratch. Like we I'm sorry I have to bring this up again, like in all my videos, but we've had Bray Wyatt die at 36. And this isn't a bad thing.
Ah, boy.
This isn't a bad thing about Flair at all, guys. I'm just stating the facts here. And Mark, tell me if I'm wrong or not. But we have Bray Wyatt pass away at 36
Yes.
of a heart attack. And guys, I'm not trying to bash Ric Flair. I love Ric Flair. But this guy is in his like 70s to like early 80s. Again, I'm not trying to bash him. But why does this guy get to live?
Yeah.
I've said all of the things he's done. And Bray Wyatt did nothing wrong. He didn't drink. He didn't smoke. He didn't do drugs. But this guy gets to live.
It's weird how life works out.
And Bray Wyatt gets to live in the dirt for the rest of his life. Oh God. But I mean, what? I mean, I, 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 I want to hear your thoughts, Mark, about this. I mean, what? I mean, we're not going to rate it yet. We're still going to be talking about, but what did you take away from this documentary?
No matter how bad it can get, there's always a way. I guess you can work through stuff, and there's always a way that you can get better and try to make your life better. And the choices you make defines how your life is going to turn out.
So you watch this too. I've talked for most of this. It's time for you to finish it. So, what did you take away from Nature Boy Ric Flair? You can tell the stories now because I've talked for about 27 minutes. It's time for you to talk more about this than I have.
I really enjoyed it, and it's a lot of stuff I found on other documentaries that I knew already about, but it's just to hear it from himself and all the interviews and stuff. It was great. Flair was great in the ring and on the mic, and the toll it put his family through is amazing. Like, holy crap! Like, married so many times, missing a lot of birthdays and stuff for his kids and special events and stuff. And like I said, amazing to see how that guy is still alive to this day. Like, we lost so many people. Him and Jake Roberts, I have no idea how the hell they're still alive. I really don't. And the stuff he has gone through, incredible. Like, holy crap.
It's like Bray Wyatt and Scott Hall are no longer with us. Like, what? And this guy gets to go?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Triple H brought him back up in 04, started Revolution.
They thought his confidence was shot when he went to WWE, had that match with Taker at WrestleMania 18, and Triple H really got him back up, basically on his feet, and gave him his career back, basically. Then he had the retirement match with Michaels at 24. Couldn't stay retired because he needed the money for TNA, so he went to TNA. And yeah.
TNA. I mean, do you want to talk about that?
Was an awful run. He had a few good matches in there. I think a last man standing against Foley, and had some good matches.
The
I think
one thing he put on that documentary that was not, you just said, and and the other thing is, I didn't hear anything from Mick Foley in this,
no,
but you have.
it was legit heat between Flair and Foley for a long time because Flair had put in his book that Foley was nothing more than a glorified stuntman. And they never liked each other since that happened, since Flair wrote that in his book. And they weren't seeing eye to eye. I think recently they've made up, but yeah.
But here's the thing: in 2010, 2011, I'm a 16-time world champion, and the only thing Now I've never seen his TNA run, so I can be like stupid about my logic here, but there was a steel cage match in here, and whoever was in the match pulled down his pants, started whipping him with his own belt. Now, Mark, why don't you tell me about his TNA run? I mean, did he have good matches besides Foley?
Other than that, I can't name any other match that he had. I thought that it was a bloody match. It was on the Legends Foley one from TNA, but that's the only good match I think he had in TNA. His run in TNA was crap. Should
Then
never
why,
have went there.
then why even mention it on the? I don't know, but
He should have stayed retired from 24 when he fought Michaels, but obviously he couldn't. But that would have been a perfect send off.
and now he at like a year ago he had something with Jay Lethal and Jay and and Andrade and Jay Lethal.
In a tag match, and I think he suffered little minor heart attacks in that match. He's too old. Retire, Flair, for God's sakes.
No, I need the money for more limousine riding and also jet flying. But why would you ever, if you were in a plane crash, why would you ever go back up into the sky?
I really do not know. The man is nuts.
The man
all I
is a
can say.
myth. So, but yeah, Triple H also talks about Reed going to WWE, getting off the plane in Japan and all that crap. We're not going to get into that because
No.
I don't really feel like crying on a Ric Flair documentary when he doesn't.
Highly recommend. Anybody who doesn't have it, go check it out.
Yeah, and it's like on Amazon for like about like $9. My grandma got this for me for my 20th birthday. So yeah,
I think that's what I paid for mine, about $10. I think I got that off of eBay, I think it was. And you can find it on Netflix, like I said.
yeah. If you want to watch it for free before you pick it up, go right ahead. It's an hour and 17 minutes of great stuff, and if you want to get it on the ESPN app, it's 30 for 30 season 3 on episode 22.
And if you have the Definitive Collection and Ultimate Collection, and you want this as a nice follow-up to those two, pick it up.
Yeah. Again, this is 2017. Ric Flair. I don't think there was something on Peacock about like 2 years ago. It was like Ric Flair Forever.
Oh, okay.
And it is not this. I think it takes place a year after this. It was
Okay.
filmed like a year after this. That one was good. And it's not this one. So
I know, Flair. It's hard to take the business out of your body. It's hard to think of nothing else but wrestling. But for dear God, you're over 70-something years old. Please never have another wrestling match today until the day you pass away. Please, dear God. I know you're done with AEW because your Woo Energy drink contract is up. But dear God, never go back in the ring. Jesus, man.
it's like now I know I'm gonna um, piss a lot of people off, but it's like the Undertaker. Like he's what, like almost in his 60s.
52, 54, something like that.
Oh shit. Okay. And he retired like 2020. Um, and you see him never having a match again.
Like, come back for signings and come back for like special appearances, but don't go into an actual match. Like Taker came out at WrestleMania 40, chokeslammed The Rock, one appearance, didn't have to do much, do stuff like that, but don't have a full wrestling match. Dear God, Flair.
The Undertaker at WrestleMania 40 looked like to me. I don't know about to you. He looked like 2008 Taker there.
He still kept himself in good shape. Flair, I think your time is done. I'm sorry. One of the greatest of all time, yes.
And I cannot wait for John Cena to break your damn streak. Even though Mark has told me he's won like 35 titles in professional.
He's won 20 to 21 titles that WWE does not recognize. So yes, he doesn't actually have 16. He's got way more than that. But the official record is 16.
John Cena, the only thing you have to do to retire.
If he wins Money in the Bank coming up in 2025, just to get the world title that way, come on.
No, he's going to win the Rumble again for a third time. Although, I do not want to see if this happens again. The Rock versus John Cena at WrestleMania. I will not be watching WrestleMania 41, folks. I will not be.
I'd rather watch the Kiss My Foot match again. Come on.
Yes. So, guys, we will be reviewing Over the Limit again. No, just joking. But no, it's gonna be Cena Orton for the world title at WrestleMania. No, Mark, and hear me out. John Cena, before he retires in December, he has to become a Grand Slam champ. He has to win the IC title at least once. So, guys, pick up Nature Boy from ESPN. And now we will talk about what the heck we're going to be doing next week. And then the week when I get back, which will be August 3rd, which I will be probably missing SummerSlam. And when we come back with next week, and then the week after the 21st, the week we come back is August 11th with Survivor Series 2022. So let's just stop talking about this and get down to business here. So pick up Nature Boy. And now
5 out of 5 documentary, great documentary.
Yeah. So now I guess we can talk about these 5, I guess. Or 6 pay-per-views that we might be doing. All right. So guys, next week we're doing
Money in the Bank.
The greatest show in professional wrestling history of the 2010 era, because God knows that they were all terrible, but this one.
2011, yes.
So Money in the Bank 2011. They have John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE title. Orton versus Christian for the world title, and then the 2 Money in the Bank matches, and then Big Show versus Mark Henry.
And it's not just a one-match show. It's actually a pretty damn good show.
Yeah. So, guys, we will be doing Money in the Bank 2011 next week. And then we will be doing, when I get back, August 11th, we will be doing Survivor Series 2022. The Bloodline with Sami Zayn versus the Brawling Brutes with Drew McIntyre. Oh, God. And Kevin Owens. We have Finn Balor and AJ Styles. We have the almighty Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory, and blah, 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 and Seth Rollins. So, yeah, when we get back, Survivor Series 2011, and you're saying You're saying to yourself, what's the week after that? I want more of this series. Guys, we're doing one of the best shows in 2017. This one. Now, we're doing the Elimination Chamber, folks. When Bray Wyatt won the WWE title.
Yes.
And I think this is a great cover, first of all.
Yep.
We have the Viper and Luke Harper. And yeah, great stuff there. And then what about the pandemic shows? Pandemic. COVID-19. Where's the Thunderdome shows, people? Guys, we have you covered. Night of Champions and Hell in a Cell. We're doing the pandemic shows. We have Roman and Jey Uso, which is one of my favorite matches of 2020 by far. We had the IC title in a ladder match. AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, and Jeff Hardy. An ambulance match where we see Shawn Michaels return and kick Orton in the face and Big Show and Mark Henry and all that crap. Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton in an ambulance match for the WWE title, and with Drew McIntyre's terrible run as champion. And then week after that, we got Hell in a Cell. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso in the Hell in a Cell I Quit match for the Universal title. Sasha Banks versus Bayley. I'm sorry, my mind froze. Then we have Otis versus The Miz for the for the Money in the Bank contract. The Fruity in the Bank.
Yes.
And then week after that, we have one of the best shows in 2019. Actually, a lot of shows in 2019 were great. Yeah, the Chamber in 20. Yeah, the Chamber in 19. We had Extreme Rules, Undertaker on a B pay-per-view. I mean, my God. But pay-per-view we picked is SummerSlam 2019. You say why? Why would you pick this? Trust me, folks. It's not this. It's not that. This. The Fiend's debut, man.
Against Balor. Yes.
In like a 10-minute squash match, but not really. Guys, I think we have. Let's see.
Enough stuff to keep us busy.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Starting with the Money in the Bank on 2011. Next week. It's going to be a great show, guys. So stay tuned for this review next week. And please, for the love of God, do Ric Flair a favor and pay the $10. Buy the Nature Boy. So guys, this has been I'll just do that later. Guys, this has been Patrick from Porter's Unboxings, as you know, and this has been
Mark Boy 316. Please subscribe to my channel because I said so.
Thank you all for 600 subscribers, and we are on the road to 1,000. We just need 400 more, guys. I know there's 400 people out there. So all you guys have to do right now is follow Bray Wyatt's motion. All you guys have to do is let me in on your YouTube subscription boxes, on your phones, on your computers, on your tablets, on your PS4s, wherever you get YouTube. I'm going to be in that subscription box, and the only way to do that is to hit and smash the subscribe button right here, and please leave your comment. Have you ever seen this documentary before? What are your thoughts on it? And please follow the YouTube Buzzard. Yes. So, guys, this has been Patrick from Porter's Unboxings. As you know, this has been Mark 4216, and we guys are out. Peace.